Think being on Broadway is all glitz and glamour? Well, think again. When I got the call to be in the Broadway company of Mamma Mia, it was, it's hard to even describe the amount of happiness. I just couldn't believe it. It was just one of those moments that was like, I can die now. I'll die happy if I die right now. In addition to Mamma Mia and being a mom, I also do some extra credit, I call it. I teach a Bollywood dance class on Saturdays between shows. Kick it out! Even though I'm really blessed to have Mamma Mia, I still audition. I go on print go-sees and commercial auditions. Most actors do this because no job is really that stable in show business. Okay, you guys, great job! Being in a show like Mamma Mia, where we do 8 shows a week, you can get very comfortable. So it's important to keep auditioning because it just keeps you on your A game. And it keeps all those skills you've worked so hard to build, the singing, the dancing, the acting, it just keeps all that very fresh. I got a call this morning. I have a go-see later this afternoon. Actually, we're getting ready to go right now. Used to be, I would get the call from my agent and hop on a train, and then with like 2 hours, I'd be back in my house and relaxing. But now when I get the call, I have to get Melania ready, and then I gotta put makeup on, I have to time it out to make sure I have that little bit of quality time to like do a good job. How do I look? What do you think? Good? For moms in New York, just getting places with a child, it's hard. Getting her on the train with the stroller, with all your stuff, that's hard.
One of the challenges of being on Broadway and raising a family is working nights. I really wanted to be involved in the kids' school and having the Broadway schedule. There wasn't a way for me to be involved with the PTA. But what I chose to do was whenever there was a play or anything going on that had to do with costumes, I made costumes. In this way, I felt like they could be proud of what I did for them and for their school. My son Sam was born when I was 41, and my daughter Michelle when I was 45. Having kids later in life has its challenges, one of which is that you're tired a lot. The good thing is, I think there's maturity with age. I wasn't so crazily obsessed about my children. I think I had a very healthy attitude about how to raise them. I don't know, it's a mixed blessing. On the one hand, I feel like, will I be around for grandchildren and for all those great things that happen later in life? On the other hand, I had them when I had them. I was always a seamstress. I've always made clothing and costumes. I did teach both kids how to sew, and my son ended up being on the costume crew in high school for 1 year. You know, and he said, "Mom, I'm on the costume crew." I go, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, the kids thought I didn't know how to sew, and I wanted to show them that I knew how to sew." And I said, "What are you making?" He goes, "Dresses. You know, it's not that hard." In a way, wardrobe is a lot easier than being an actor. Once I've done a job really well, I can get hired again and again without really auditioning. An actor-parent has a greater challenge because they have to keep themselves out there, they have to keep performing, they have to keep physically fit to be able to perform, and then they have to audition all the time.
People just put their kids in the cab, and that would make life a lot easier, but I don't want to do that because I wouldn't put her in a car without a car seat. Hey, listen, Melania, do you think you can walk a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Oh. Okay. The New York City subway system is not designed for mothers. This corner right here, okay? You okay? Yeah? It's a lot of people, huh? I have 10 minutes to get to the casting, and hopefully it goes quick because I gotta run home and I have to get dinner started and I have a show at 8.
Mommy, how do I look? Do I look okay? Do I look nice? Yeah? My hair okay? Yeah.
And then walk into the audition, and I'm like, I hope you don't mind, I have my daughter with me. Here you go. So I give her peanut butter jelly to make sure that she's quiet while I'm auditioning. And I think that's funny usually, because I'm like, oh, she'll be quiet.
Slide a little bit so we go right there. Nice big bright smile on the first one, bigger the better. Nice. And then come right up on this little hash mark for me here. Quarter turn for me so you're facing this craziness over here. Nice. Okay. Nice big smile like you're doing. That's nice. Soft smile, no teeth, but make sure you keep the eyes alive. Yeah. Very, very nice. And then just swing that gaze right where you are, bring it right over here. You can move your head a little bit if you want to. Yeah, a little bit less teeth. You're a worker, but you're not a half. There you go. Very nice. You're all set? Thank you so much.
And then I just pack everything up and reverse the whole trip. Thank you so much. So out of 10 auditions that I go to, I'm lucky if I get one job. So it's a lot of work involved. Before I had the baby, it wasn't very hard. Just get in the subway, get there, and it's like it takes 2 minutes. It's different now. You know, the struggle of getting there is a lot harder. That's definitely a challenge of being an actor mom. And so now I question whether it's worth it, just at this point in my life. If I have no callback or if I don't get a job, then it's absolutely not worth it. But yeah, I question it right now.
When I moved to New York, I got work making dancewear for this woman's private company, and through that I met people who were in wardrobe. And I fell into the line of work. Often I would leave home earlier before my kids came home from school because I would have to shop for the show. I have to make sure that my wardrobe room is supplied with all the things we need to do all the repairs. So that will involve buying thread and buying beads and buying hooks and eyes, buying horsehair to fix a hat. All the things that I take care of, you have to have supplies for, and the show doesn't come with the supplies, we have to buy them. So a lot of what I do is that kind of shopping on my way in. One of the fun things about Mamma Mia is that the costumes are elaborate. They have beads, they have jewels, there's glass and crystal, there's rhinestone trim. There are a lot of details that have to be maintained. They're fun to repair because there's applique that has to be recreated, or some of the pants have hand painting. It's much more fun than working on just a straight show that only has suits and dresses. So there's a lot of creativity involved in maintaining the costumes on a big show like Mamma Mia. Hi, how are you? Good. Good. I'm looking for a particular trim that I have on my costumes. The beads I need today are a very pale burgundy, and we try to match it exactly, so I have a sample of the beads with me. Beads come in many colors, and sometimes it'll be slightly off.
Yes, I do carry these.
Even though the audience may not know or see that detail, as the wardrobe supervisor, it's my job to make sure that we keep the look of the show, and part of that is making sure things match exactly as they were when they were originally designed.
I think it's this one.
That's it. That's the one?
Yes.
All right, I got it. While I'm here, I'll look at other things. I need flowers for some of the women's hair. I'm also looking for jewelry items because if I buy regular jewelry, it tends to fall apart. So this is glass or plastic?
Acrylic.
Oh, it's acrylic. Often I'll buy a trim and mount it on elastic, and it'll last a lot longer. Well, I'm thinking of making bracelets, so one would be about that much. Well, give me 1 yard. I think people look at Broadway and people who work on Broadway as being glamorous and having a really glamorous life. And the fact is, it's like anything else. It's a job that has its ups and downs. When you work backstage, maybe you don't get some of the glamour because no one's waiting for you to have your autograph. But I go to work and I have fun. And I don't know if a lot of other people go to work and have fun. I like my work, and so I come home satisfied. That's the best way to have it.
For the first 3 years of his life, I did very little theater. I preferred to stay home with him. And then when he was 3, I was ready to get out. I was ready to do something else.